Actually, the house is not in order. Thank you, Rabbi Black. This morning we are going to hear the national anthem, which will be sung by Morgan Fritzler. The house will come to order.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Today's Pledge of Allegiance will be by Teresa Moore from Lawrence Elementary in Arvada, Colorado, and she is a guest of Representative Kraft Tharp.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Representatives Arndt, Becker J.
Excuse.
Becker K. Beckman, Benavides, Bridges, Buck, Buckner, Carver, Catlin, Coleman, Covarrubias, Danielson, Escar, Everett, Exum, Foot, Garnett, Janal, Gray, Hamner, Hanson, Herod, Hooten, Humphrey, Representative Humphrey, Jackson, excused, Kennedy, Kraft Tharp, Landgraf, Lawrence, Lebsock, Lee, Representative Lee,
We are going to do second reading. Third and second reading.
Excuse.
Leonard, Lewis,
Excuse.
Liston, Lontine, Lundeen, McKean. Representative Lee is present. McLaughlin, Melton, Michelson Janae, Neville, Pabon, Pedersen, Rankin, Ransom, Ryer, Roberts, Rosenthal, Sane, Salazar, Sandridge, Sias, Singer, Thurlow, Valdez, Van Winkle, Weissman, Willett, Williams, Wilson, Winter, Young. Madam Speaker.
Present.
Representative Jay Becker is present. So it's just Jackson and Lewis.
With 63 present and 2 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Liston. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I move the reading of the Journal of Wednesday, February the 14th, 2018 be dispensed with as approved by the Chief Clerk.
All right, members, you have heard the motion. All of those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed signify by saying no.
We're gonna, Susan and I.
That motion passes. Madam Majority Leader Becker and Representative Valentine, just one moment.
Members, Representative Lontine and I are both Florida natives. I grew up about an hour and a half from Parkland, where the shooting was yesterday. And I just want us to have a moment of silence.
Moment of silence is granted.
Thank you. Rabbi Black said so much this morning. I'm not going to say any more than that, except let's think what our role is in making sure these tragedies don't happen in our own state.
Thank you very much, members.
Thank you, Representative Valentine and Madam Majority Leader Becker. Further announcements or introductions, Representative Kraft-Tharp.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So after that, I think it's particularly relevant to express joy at some of the youth that came and shared their talent with us this morning, and to welcome the folks from House District 29, Arvada, Westminster. Thank you, Teresa Moore. Thank you, Morgan Fritzler, who are our youth that we can express our joy with. So I want to say thank you to everyone from Arvada, Westminster for coming down and joining us.
Further announcements or introductions, Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I have 2 announcements. First of all, I want to welcome Pueblo to the House. We have Leadership Pueblo in the back along the wall over there. If they'll stand up and wave. Leadership Pueblo is a great program through the Pueblo Chamber of Commerce that trains tomorrow's leaders today, and I'm a proud member of the class of 2010. So welcome to the House. And then also today is Colorado Nurses Association's Day at the Capitol. You may have seen over by the old Supreme Court chambers a bunch of nurses. So we're in good hands today at the Capitol, members, because there's a ton of them around. Make sure you go and see them. There's probably someone from your district here on behalf of the nurses.
Further announcements or introductions, Representative Buckner.
Good morning, everyone. I would like for some special guests to stand today. Yesterday, I told you that Shape, Colorado was in the house. Well, if you were looking for these nicely dressed people with tennis shoes, I got the dates mixed up. They're actually here today. Shape, Colorado is here for their lobby day. And every day you all have received information cards on your desk about the information and what is so important to Shape. They are a group of physical education and health teachers. Did you know that Colorado is one of only 4 states with no physical education requirement at all? According to research, if students participate in physical activities 20 minutes a day, their test scores will increase by 6% in 3 years. So please join me in welcoming the representatives from Shape today. And as you see them today, please talk to them and welcome them to the Capitol.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the Capitol. Any further announcements or introductions? Representative Van Winkle, Representative Ransom.
Why, thank you,
Good
Madam
morning.
Speaker. We are blessed to be honored today by students from Crest Hill Middle School from beautiful Colorado. Please stand up. These students are very unique, and the school is unique for two reasons. They're from the Advanced American History class at the middle school there, and they presented us in the House chamber today with 1,363 signatures, a petition for us to act on human trafficking and strengthen those penalties. There's a second thing that is very impressive about Crest Hill Middle School, and that's because that's the school I went to as a young lad, where I went to torture teachers and cause havoc. So welcome to the Capitol.
Representative Ransom.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, students, too. As I've told some of you, although you go to school in Representative Van Winkle's district, many of you live in my district because the line crosses the school boundary lines. So I used to teach high school government, so I really have a heart for what you guys are learning and doing right now. Thank you for bringing the petitions. I'm so glad you're here. Have a great day at the Capitol. Thank you.
Welcome to the Capitol. Any further announcements or introductions? Representative Covarrubias.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
It's an honor to serve
I
with
got
you,
it right
too.
this time. Good morning,
It's always
colleagues.
good when you get it right.
We have a couple of special groups with us here today.
Hold on one
First
second,
of-
Representative Covarrubias. Members, it's very loud in here. Representative Covarrubias.
First of all, we have the emerging leaders of the International Electrical Contractors of the Rocky Mountains here today, and I wanted to say a shout out to them and say hi and thank you for all this wonderful electricity and light. Appreciate you. And secondly, today is Career and Technical Education Day at the Capitol. We've had fun on the West Steps. We were dancing some Footloose out there, and there they are up in there and around the Capitol. Awesome. Please welcome them. Thank you guys for being here.
Representative McKean.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And guys, you're going to see people around here talking to you today with CTE name tags on. Please take a minute to talk to them about why they're here, what they want to do, how we can help them get where they want to go. Thank you, guys.
Further announcements and introductions. Representative Singer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'm glad to hear that it is CTE Day. My dryer just broke yesterday, so I look forward to talking to all of you. That being said, members, tonight, Colorado Municipal League is having their legislative reception 5 to 7 p.m. tonight at CML's building, 1144 Sherman. If you didn't RSVP, that's okay. Kevin Baumer still likes you. And he also said you don't have to talk to any lobbyists if you don't want to. So we look forward to seeing you tonight at the CML building for their annual reception.
Further announcements or introductions. Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, members. Today is Colorado Nonprofit Association and Colorado Association of Funders Day at the Capitol. These people, ladies and gentlemen, are the folks that operate the nonprofit businesses and organizations in all of your communities. The Colorado Nonprofit Association leads, serves, and strengthens Colorado's nonprofit communities to improve the quality of life throughout the state. They are a collective voice of the Colorado nonprofit sector and statewide membership organization, helping nonprofits fulfill their mission to make a better place to live. The Colorado Association of Funders is the organization in Colorado focused exclusively on the full spectrum of founders of our state. The Association of Funders has been a key local resource for foundations and other funders looking to share ideas and expertise, collaborate on funding strategies, and expand their reach across the state. The Nonprofit Association and funders are in the gallery. Please acknowledge and welcome them to the Capitol.
Welcome to the Capitol. Further announcements or introductions. Representative Janal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Once again, members, at lunchtime today, from 12 to 1:15 in room 107, we have the Animal Welfare Caucus. And we're going to have presentations from a number of animal welfare groups, including the Colorado Federation of Animal Welfare Agencies, the Colorado Veterinary Medical Association, the Humane Society of the United States, Dumb Friends League, and the Animal Legal Defense Funds. Please come and join us at lunch, room 107.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, let me reiterate what Representative Janal said. There will be a lunch downstairs with the Claw Caucus. There will be a lunch downstairs for the Sportsman's Caucus. It's hot dog day at the Capitol today. There's also a luncheon across the way with the Colorado wheat growers. So you need to anticipate how you can make the luncheon that you want to participate in, get over to the wheat growers to get your flour, and get back to the Sportsman's Caucus. We'll see you downstairs today.
Further announcements or introductions? Representative Thurlow and Representative Winter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, members. A bipartisan announcement. We have the counties and commissioners acting together. Breakfast tomorrow, 7:30 at the Fork and Spoon. Hope to see you there.
We hope to see you there. There will be a lot of good information from good county commissioners. Thanks.
Representative Thurlow.
And Madam Speaker, thank you. I would also like to announce, members, that in the chamber this morning we have representatives of the Testicular Cancer Foundation. Over on the side, Kim Jones and Marcy Herrera Kim is the founder of and head of the Testicular Cancer Association. The goal and the mission is to raise awareness of testicular cancer. Welcome them to the Capitol.
All right. Further announcements and introductions. Representative Liston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have gotten the permission of the Majority Leader and the Minority Leader to be excused tomorrow at about 10:20, and I ask that it be approved.
All right. You are excused. Further announcements or introductions? Who's next? Representative Melton and Representative Everett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, as always, tomorrow is Friday, and this is actually a special bow tie, bolo, ascot, baby Friday, because we're starting an hour late. So and turtleneck, Friday. So you have an extra hour to perfect that bow tie, perfect that bolo, and get your three-quarter turtleneck all ironed up.
Amen.
Further announcements or introductions? Representative Lundeen and Representative Carver. Representative Carver.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, today is Human Trafficking Day, and want to recognize the effort of the Southern Colorado Human Trafficking Task Force. This group of volunteers, faith-based, nonprofit, members of the community who have joined together in Southern Colorado to fight human trafficking, to help victims with their recovery. We want to honor and recognize their efforts and to welcome them to the Capitol.
Representative Lundeen.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Members.
Let me help you out. Representative Lundeen.
Thank you very much. Scourge, pernicious, hidden. Those are three words that can be used to describe human trafficking. Today is Human Trafficking Awareness Day here in the Capitol. On your desk, you have a little pamphlet. And I know that each of you sees thousands of pages of information that you need to look at every session. I would encourage you to flip to page number 5 of this cute little booklet. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, you will find out where a person can be recruited into human trafficking. It is in your neighborhood. It is in your district. It is in your state. This is something we need to continue to work on. And the good news is there is reason for hope. We as a body, the General Assembly, have in fact made headway. In 2013, Shared Hope International, which identifies the relative merit or weakness of the policies of a state with regard to human trafficking, gave this state a D, as in dog, rating. As of last year, 2017, we have managed through efforts of policies that define the problem, policies that give law enforcement tools, and providing services for survivors, worked our way up to a B, as in better, rating. I encourage you to participate in the human trafficking awareness activities that are happening in the Capitol today. We'll have a legislative panel honoring and engaging with several of the legislators from across this building who have worked diligently, like Rep. Carver, Rep. Landgraf. Former Rep. McCann will be on the legislative panel with us. But I encourage you to participate in this problem because it is not well known, but it exists in your neighborhood. Thank you, members.
Further announcements or introductions? Representative Kraft-Tharp.
Thank you. Business Affairs and Labor Committee. We'll be hearing 3 bills today. Senate Bill 67, auction alcohol in sealed containers. House Bill 1185, market sourcing. And House Bill 1227, real estate flexibility and license periods. Thank you.
All right, further announcements or introductions? Seeing no further announcements or introductions, that takes us to third reading of bills, final passage. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1012.
House Bill 1012 by Representatives Becker, Jean Lentine, House Senators Lundberg and Aguilar concerning vision care plans for eye care services.
Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1012 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1012 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Randall, please open the machine, and members, please proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 57 yes votes, 6 no votes, and 2 excused, House Bill 1012 is passed. Co-sponsors. Co-sponsors.
We're going to go ahead.
Please close the machine. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1233.
House Bill 1233 by Representatives Drain and Lawrence, House Senators Finberg and Gardner concerning consumer reporting agencies' placement of assured security appeals and the consumer report of consumers under the cover charge of a representative at the request of the consumer's representative.
Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1233 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1233 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Randall, please open the machine, and members, please proceed to vote. Representative Covarrubias, please close the machine. With 62 yes votes, 1 no vote, and 2 excused, House Bill 1233 is passed. Co-sponsors. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. That takes us to general orders, second reading of bills. Representative Escar. All right, members, you have heard the motion. Seeing no objection, Representative Escar will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there's a request for reading a bill at length. Committee amendments will not be read unless requested, as they are printed in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads and not read unless requested. Bills will be laid over upon motion of the majority leader, and the coat rule is relaxed. Mr. Randall. Representative Garnett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1158 one day to Friday, February 16th.
You've heard the motion. The House Bill 1158 will be laid over until tomorrow. Mr. Randall, please read the title of Senate Bill 19.
Senate Bill 19 by Senator Donovan and Quorum, also Representatives Hansen and Art, concerning expansion of the duration of which the Colorado Water Resources and Power Development Authority may to make a loan under the Power Authority's revolving loan programs.
Representative Arndt.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam Chair, I move Senate Bill 19. There is no committee report.
To the bill, Representative Arndt. Representative Hansen.
Oh, okay.
Representative Arndt.
Thank you very much. This bill is a WRC bill. It was 9-1. It was 10-0 in the House, and it was 32 yes and 2 excused, 1 no in the Senate. And what it does is it makes our state law, trues it up with the Federal Clean Water Act now to allow loans instead of 20 years over a 30-year period, and we urge an aye vote.
Representative Hansen.
Great. Thank you, Madam Chair, and very happy to be a part of this bill. Members, this is a wonderful bill for our state. It allows a lot more flexibility to local government and local water districts to move forward with projects, allowing us to be in line with the federal guidelines instead of 20 years to 30 years. I urge your support for Senate Bill 19.
Representative Gray.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also wanted to speak in strong support of this bill. Over my career, I've been fortunate enough to get to participate in a lot of these revolving loans throughout the state of Colorado. This is an incredibly powerful tool for providing really expensive infrastructure in areas that don't have this kind of tax or fee base to be able to pay for it. Most of these projects are happening in rural areas. They're happening in economically disadvantaged areas, and it's a really great opportunity for our state to go into those areas and provide infrastructure that's really expensive. Modern federal water standards are very expensive to comply with. Some areas have enough revenue to be able to cover that. A lot of areas don't. This is a great tool that our state uses to help those areas that have a harder time affording this. And so as much as it's not the most exciting bill of the year, it's going to do a lot of good in a lot of our districts. So I'd urge support.
Is there any further discussion on Senate Bill 41? Representative Pabon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I rise in strong support of Senate Bill 19. I think this, did I say Madam Chair?
I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Senate Bill
Madam-
19.
Madam Chair, I apologize.
That's okay, Representative Pabon. I had the wrong bill I was talking about. Senate Bill 19, Representative Pabon.
I stand in strong support of Senate Bill 19. I think the work that has been done on this bill by my colleagues and friends, Representative Hansen, Representative Arndt, is tremendous in light of the need to make these loans under the authority's revolving loan program. I think we should continue to do this type of work, and I think I want to commend them for taking the time and effort on behalf of the people of Colorado. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other comments on Senate Bill 19? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of Senate Bill 19. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Senate Bill 19 passes. Mr. Randall, please read the title to Senate Bill 41.
Senate Bill 41 by Senators Corman, Baumgartner, House Representatives Sane and Art concerning the ability of operators of sand and gravel mines to use water incidental to sand and gravel mining operations to mitigate the impacts of mining.
Representative Singh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move Senate Bill 41. There is no committee report.
To the bill, Representative Singh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, this bill is an example of bipartisanship, problem solving, and neighbors helping neighbors. This passed the Senate 33-0, House Agriculture Committee 11-0, and Senate Agricultural Committee 11-0.
Representative Arndt, anything to add?
This bill basically allows the sand and gravel industry to do a replacement or an augmentation plan outside their permit area, and it helps in mitigation and impacts of mining and dewatering. We urge an aye vote.
Are there any further discussions on Senate Bill 41? Representative Pabon, welcome back to the well.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I rise in strong support of Senate Bill 41. I also think this is one of those good government efficiency bills that helps to facilitate the impacts and mitigations to the sand and gravel mining operations, and I really appreciate the sponsors for bringing this bill. Thank you so much.
Any further discussions on Senate Bill 41? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of Senate Bill 41. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. Senate Bill 41 passes. Mr. Randall, please read the title to House Bill 1130.
House Bill 1130 by Representative Williams concerning increasing the availability of qualified personnel to teach in public schools.
Representative Williams.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee report.
Let's move the bill first, and then we'll go to the committee report.
I move 1130.
No,
House Bill 1130.
And
the committee report.
Education
Committee report.
To the
Excuse me.
Education
It's been a
Committee
while.
report. Representative Williams to the Education Committee report.
Right. Thank you, Madam Chair. Basically, we did a strike below in the Education Committee, and it has effectively become the bill now. And what we did is we went ahead and took the concept that was developed on House Bill 1095 concerning educator licenses with military spouses that Representative Arndt and Representative Carver worked on, and we simply opened it up to everyone. And I would just want to stress that without the leadership of Representative Arndt and Representative Carver, this would not be possible. So I would urge the committee to vote yes on this. It's a good bill, and let's get it to thirds.
Is there any further discussion on the Education Committee report? Representative Garnett, Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to compliment Representative Williams for the work that he did with the Education Committee to really take an idea that was moving through the House that was narrowly tailored that Representative Arndt and Representative Carver came up with, and really to capitalize off of what a great idea that was and all the work that they put in, but then to work with the committee to get the bill in good shape, to tighten the title so that we had confidence that the bill was going to stay within the intention that we were debating in the committee. And so this is a good committee report to a very good bill, and I want to thank Representative Williams, and I definitely want to thank Representative Arndt and Representative Carver for bringing this innovative idea to us, and I encourage the chamber to support it so that we can really start to address some of the teacher shortage issues that we're seeing across the state. So thank you very much.
Representative Carver.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to call out this bill, the great partnership with Representative Arndt in looking at this area, and the leadership of Representative Williams in looking at the possibilities and how we can expand, opening up the licensing procedures to address our severe teacher shortage. And so I commend Representative Williams and Representative Art and vote yes on the bill. It's a great bill.
Representative Arndt to the committee report.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to commend this our body here today, because when Representative Carver and I brought that bill about military spouses, you are exactly right. We were creating a separate class, and I think it's important in the General Assembly to not do that. But you trusted us that we would bring something back that made it fair, equal for everyone. So I want to thank you for passing that previous bill and trusting us to bring another bill that in fact made that right. So I appreciate the work really of everyone.
And we appreciate all the work that you all have done. Is there any further conversations on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of the Education Committee report to House Bill 1130. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The committee report passes. Now to the bill. Representative Arndt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That was the bill, so I urge and I vote on the bill as amended.
Is there any further discussions on House Bill 1130? Representative Pabon, welcome back to the well once again.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I rise in strong support. I didn't want to address the committee report, even though that I knew it was the bill, but now that it is the bill, I will rise in strong support of this bill, because I think there is a need to expand opportunities when we cannot find those teachers who are available in these particular districts. This gives the districts the flexibility to find qualified personnel to teach in these schools, and I think this is a very fine bill. Rise in strong support.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1130? Representative Humphrey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to come up and make the bill sponsors nervous for a minute, but no, really, this is a good bill, and I appreciate the work that they've done on it. I appreciate what the committee did, and I wanted to give a shout out to Rep Carver for her support and her work on the bill. I know she's been working on this for a while, and so good bill, vote yes. Thank you.
Any further discussion on House Bill 1130? Representative Ryer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to stand in support of this bill. This would make a real difference in your rural schools, schools that are out where a lot of people in the urban areas feel like it's the other side of the world. It's difficult to get people who really want to live out there because it's a lifestyle that many of them are not used to, especially if they went to college or university in an urban area. So it's something we can use to get teachers into schools that aren't desirable as far as area. We'd ask any of you to come out there and see what it's like. It's an amazing lifestyle. I can stand on my porch and see every star in the sky. So it's something you get used to, and something that we need teachers. We need teachers out there just like they do in the urban areas. So I am in support of this bill.
Are there any further discussions on House Bill 1130? Seeing none, the question before us is that passage of House Bill 1130. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. House Bill 1130 passes. Mr. Randall, please read the title of Senate Bill 105.
Senate Bill 105 by Senator Baumgartner, Representative Pabon, concerning clarifying changes provisions that were contained in House Bill 17-1367.
Madam Majority Leader.
Oh, never mind.
Representative Pabon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning, Representative Pabon.
Nice to see you this morning.
Great to see you as well.
Madam Chair, I move Senate Bill 105. There is no committee report.
To the bill, Representative Pabon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, Senate Bill 105 did one minor change, changed an "and" to an "or" on the requirements for laboratories and testing. We decided after careful review of House Bill 1367 last year that we needed to, which was with respect to marijuana research and we decided that, well, we made an oversight, actually. And the oversight was that we wanted to change testing certification from both ISO and state certification to either ISO or state certification. And so this is one of those bills that I think will have impacts for many, many years. Many generations of legislators, I think, will come to look back at this bill and stand in review of the work that we've done, because it is one of the first research bills of its type in the world.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Representative Pabon, I want to commend you for your work on this bill, the detail and time, the energy it took to bring stakeholders together to change the and to the or. Fantastic work. This is what good legislation, good legislators are all about.
Representative Arndt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Last year I was on this bill, and we actually did work really hard on this bill for about 7 or 8 months. And it did come from a lot of stakeholder work. And the and to and or is, if any of you have seen The Emperor's New Groove, there's a line in there when the evil person says, "Tell me where your father is and I'll burn your house down." And the little kid says, "Don't you mean or?" That's kind of a critical conjunction to me. So in this bill, when we got the and the or wrong, my first reaction was, that is a critical conjunction, and we warn you not to make that mistake, because asking people to do something and something else is very different from asking them to do one thing or another.
Representative Arndt, thank you so much for that explanation. It actually helps. Representative Liston.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Well, Madam Chairman, I want to rise in support of this landmark legislation. I know how hard Representative Pabon has worked on this. I've always admired his legislative skills and or his skills outside the Capitol, but this just proves what a stellar legislator he is and or. So Representative Pabon, you are to be commended for this huge landmark legislation. People in Washington, D.C. could learn a great lesson from your legislative prowess, and I just can't believe how long you've struggled for this. Thank you.
Any further comments on Senate Bill 105 or kudos for Representative Pabon? Representative Pabon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And there is one minor amendment to the bill. I move L004 and ask that it be displayed.
One moment, Representative Pabon. Amendment L004 to Senate Bill 105 has been moved and is properly displayed. Representative Pabon, would you like to explain?
Yes, and Madam Chair, this was something that we also had meant to increase. It changes the 1% to 3 7/10% for research, and is subject to the General Assembly's appropriation. Doesn't actually make any appropriation. Ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? Madam Majority Leader.
I'm sorry, I just missed a little bit of the discussion. Will you tell me what it does again?
Representative Pabon, further explanation of your amendment, please.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. So what we did in the bill for 1367 is we appropriated up to 1% of available money in the marijuana tax cash fund for research. This changes that number to 3 7/10%. It doesn't appropriate anything. It has to go through the long bill process. It's just a placeholder or a vehicle if the General Assembly decides to appropriate money for that amount. Yeah.
Representative Neville, Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I ask for a title ruling.
The House will stand in a brief recess.
Patrick.
The committee will come back to order. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over Senate Bill 105 one day.
The motion to lay over Senate Bill 105 until tomorrow by the Majority Leader has been made, and we will lay that over. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that we rise and report.
You have heard the motion. Seeing no objection, the committee will rise and report.
The House will come back to order. Ms. Randall, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your committee whole bigs the report has under consideration the following test bills, meaning the second reading there makes following recommendations are on House Bill 1130 amendment passed second reading and rose placed calendar for third reading final passage. Senate Bill 19, Senate Bill 41 passed second reading or revised placed calendar for third reading final passage. House Bill 1158, Senate Bill 105 laid over until February 16th, 2018, retaining their place in the calendar.
Representative Beskar. All right, members, you have heard the motion. There are no amendments at the desk. Mr. Randall, please open the machine, and members, please proceed to vote. Representative Beckman, Representative Coleman, Representative Gray, Representative Herod, Representative Pedersen, Representative Sane, Representative Sias, Willett, Williams. Please vote. Representative Pedersen and Representative Sane, please vote. Just because you are running so fast, Representative Sane, there will be no fee. Please close the machine. With 63 yes votes, 0 no votes, and to excuse, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. Announcements and introductions. Representative Janal.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Health Insurance and Environment will be meeting at 1:30 today in room 107, and we are going to hear 3 bills. And those bills are 1118, Senate Bill 50, and House Bill 1097. 1:30. Thanks.
All right, Representative Askar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For those of you who are interested, the Colorado Retail Council Pharmacy 101 is hosting a lunch and learn today at noon in room 109. If you would like to join, there will be lunch.
Further announcements. Representative Catlin is who I saw next.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
It's an honor to serve with you. I'm still standing. I'm a little sick today, though.
Well, hang on. We'll be done in a minute. I wanted to announce to my colleagues, I put an invitation to the Rural Caucus on the Cowboys' desks, but I didn't give it to the rural folks. But I want to give you all a personal invitation to join us for a Rural Caucus, because we're going to talk about rural issues and how they fit in the state of Colorado. So if you'd like to learn about being a country boy, Mr. Gannett, then you can come and have breakfast with us on Tuesday morning. So I'll pass these out. Thank you very much for the time, Madam Speaker.
Further announcements and introductions. Representative Lawrence.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'm sure there's going to be a fine associated with this, so I'm ready for it. I just wanted to mention that one of my county commissioners from Teller County was in the audience a little earlier. Norm Steen is here visiting the Capitol with his grandchildren. So thank you to Norm and your grandchildren and everybody else in the gallery.
Welcome to the Capitol, and thank you, Representative Lawrence. That will be $1. Representative Wilson. Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Folks, just a reminder on the hot dog procedure, since we can't eat in the meeting rooms, legislators will be served at 11:30, so you can go to whatever meeting you need to go to. Please have your aides and any other Capitol staff. They will be served starting at noon when we're already in our caucuses. So just a reminder, you as legislators will be served at 11:30. You can get to whatever caucus meeting you need to go to, but your aides and staff and so forth will be served starting at noon. Thank you.
All right, further announcements and introductions. I think I saw Representative Foote next.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just a quick reminder regarding State Veterans and Military Affairs. We're meeting today at 10:15. 10:15 at LSBA to hear one bill. That's House Bill 1077, a bill by Representatives Liston and Valdez. We'll see you at 10:15 State Affairs.
Representative Winter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. House Transportation and Energy will be meeting in room 112 at 10:15. We'll be hearing one bill 1103 by Representative McLaughlin. See you at 10:15.
Further announcements or introductions. Representative Montine.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, everybody. Tomorrow is Dental Day. There will be a breakfast and a gathering of folks in front of room 271 tomorrow, starting at 7:30 till 9 o'clock. So if you want some breakfast and free coffee, please go check it out. And I think we're getting toothbrushes on our desks tomorrow. So yay, Dental Day.
All right. Representative Catlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. While I have a moment, I wanted to invite you to the Wheat Growers Luncheon. If you're wanting to learn about how to live out in the country, that'd be a good place for you to go. It's a great meal, and if you get an opportunity, go and say hello, thank them for what they do for the state of Colorado. That's the Wheat Growers Luncheon across the street. Thank you.
Thank you to the wheat growers. Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Everyone, a reminder, tomorrow we start at 10:15 a.m., Monday is off, and Tuesday we start at 9 a.m.
All right. Further announcements and introductions? Seeing none, Madam Majority Leader Becker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess till 1 o'clock today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand at recess until 1 p.m. today. I have one more announcement. Representative Danielson will replace Representative Jackson on the Transportation Committee, and Representative Valdez will replace Representative Jackson on the HIE Committee for today only.